Sangeeta, Performance Optimization Mentor again. And today I was mm, designing my version 2, next version of mine. And yeah, last year I started doing my designing my version. This is when you decide what your personality will be, and which all strengths and skills that you are going to carry forward this year. And because you write down this exercise you do, then it reminds you of the various shortcomings that has been happening in the last year or so, or and you just rectify them and try to do things better, right? So this was a very long exercise for me. Actually, it should be. If I am ready after exercising for 3-4 hours, actually I came up. I am ready with the first draft, and I there are things that are still coming to my mind, and the most important two things that I discovered is it is about good habits, bad habits, and in the bad habits there are two prominent things which um, f- actually figured themselves out, like anger and fear. These are the two worst kind of negative things in one's mind, but they, because they are part of the survival strategy, they actually keep hiding in the layers of your mind and layers of your thought process. Over a period of time, you also keep reading a lot of positive thinking books, right? Positive things, but all those positive things also, there are certain kind of escapism which these negative emotions, they can figure out for themselves, and they hide behind those positivity. For example, I should say this because there there is always a saying goes that it is better to take 1,000 imperfect actions rather than having no action at all. So this is a very nice kind of thing. It actually keeps you taking actions continuously, and it also builds up your consistency, and you create possibilities for success, right? With these imperfect actions, because nobody is perfect from the day one, right from the word go, and everybody learns over a period of time. Even the masters are learning. So when I say myself as a coach, as a mentor, also I keep on learning. I have to keep on discovering my shortcomings, which has been creeping up inside my characteristics. So this was a very good exercise, a timely exercise, and I would like everybody to take up this exercise. So what I found out was anger and fear, and you know, I knew there is uh, there is anger inside me, but I never knew. Actually, I cannot believe that fear is still reigning inside me, because I have taken a lot of exercise to eradicate this fear factor from my inside. But as I said, this is part of survival strategy, so your brain will always bring you down to that fear elements, and it will kind of magnify it so much that you start believing it. So every day, there are ways. The minimum that you can do is just uh, when you put your daily routines, daily tasks, and like I said, there is another thing also I discovered. It is kind of daily task, weekly tasks, fortnightly tasks, monthly tasks, half yearly tasks, and annual tasks. So if you won't figure these out, then what you will do is you will get confused every day about what to do when, because unless you write it down in a piece of paper somewhere, what happens is it kind of starts getting start getting a lot of confusing signals into your brain, like say what to do when you know three four things. You can remember three four things a day, per day, to do, take up, right, on regular basis. But after sometimes again something will creep up into your mind, and then out of those four five things you will miss one thing, and you start doing things which might be a fortnightly task or a monthly task. But you can get confused with this to be a monthly task. Say for example, if you are writing a book, it cannot be a daily task, right? But yes, you can write a page, so that can be your daily task. But the when you say it is getting to write a book, then every day, of course, you have to decide your goal, saying that you are going to write a book. So every day you need to write one page out of it. So that one page, whether it is for that book or something that you are experiencing every day, it is your part of your experience. So there can be a difference, because you are writing a book just not out of your experience, but out of some objective, right? So I have actually combined both of these. Whatever I do, right, it is part of the performance optimization. How to make yourself stand out in a crowd. So that is my obsessive objective all the time. So whatever I write, it can be part of a book if I go on to write a book, or it can be a daily page that I write for everybody. It is daily content that those are of say 15 to 20 sentences. Everybody can read it and consume it and take the value of it. A book is not not so easy to consume, read and take the value, right? So so these are the things, this daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly tasks. So this is a new discovery that I have got from this exercise that I have done yesterday. And the next thing is to I knew that I had a lot of anger factors, and I had to let go of that, because that is a baggage that I have been carrying, and that is a new discovery for me. So from time to time, maybe something like that, some negative emotions get accumulated, which needs to be cleansed. So this is this exercise helped me do that. So there is no need to carry those angers anymore, because those are part of the past. It is gone. So why to carry? But I'm still carrying. That is what I discovered. And because of those angers, there these fears are extensions of those anger factor. You know, how should I tell you? The anger was about the desolate livelihoods that I had. Why? Because I was not trusted enough by my parents. Say, and that is the anger factor I had. And it was not and when I look very closely, it was not my parents alone. Actually, there was something, um, I was cheated by other people also. So why to blame the parents alone? There must be something inside me which is not allowing people to trust me. So I take responsibility of that, and I try to figure out what is that. Maybe I am over expecting, or there are other further negative things about the negative feeling that I have. It is not about the others, it is about me. So I still will go further. As I said, it is the first draft of my version 2.0, my next version. So there are a lot of other things also I'm discovering. It is not only about getting very much negative into your inside. The positive things also are there, and how to utilize those positive things to counter these negative things. So that is the exercise I'm doing. And the fear factors are about scarcity, right? So today I was listening to somebody else, who was telling about the same thing. There is unlimited things, and you Like say all of us, we don't need to be scared about the scarcity factor which creates fear. Like say something will is going to end. So that can be anything, right? It can be money, it can be wealth, it can be health, and it can be love, relationships, everything. So as soon as you start getting those scarcity kind of vibrations, then scarcity will spread to every area of your life. So I was very, very surprised to find that I had this scarcity uh, element inside my mindset. So how to overcome that scarcity mindset? See, I don't design anything big, you know. So right now my task is twofold. One is to get a bigger task written down in like say a bigger dream which is kind of impossible to achieve. As it is, my goal is very big, but I need to associate with that goal, and I have to break it down to a say yearly achievement, so that I know what to do in a year's time. So that kind of thing I'll do, and for that I am required to break down my task into daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, and yes, yes, Sarat sir. Scarcity actually brings nervousness, and that is what is fear. Thank you for this comment. And so I'm also being nervous. Actually, you are right. I have written down the word nervous also in my exercise. So nervous is another thing. You become nervous, you become fearful, you become you actually what you do is ultimately you extend your fear nervousness into other aspects. It is not about only money. Then it extends to your relationships and your wealth and everything else, because you start getting fear about all these things. So so these two, and I, as I said, I have a plan for it. Like say writing down the big dream that I have in my diary. It doesn't take anything, no. I am not going to commit to anybody. So that is a dream I need to write. And sometimes the big dreams scare you so much that it becomes very, very uncomfortable inside you. And that uncomfortableness is required, right? And if I am escaping from that, I'm escaping from my bigger goal. So that is as simple as that. So that is what I'm going to do, writing down the bigger goal that I have already. I have written down, but I have to give myself a annual kind of goal, part of that bigger goal, what I'll be achieving in a year's time. Maybe that will come down to the daily task also, daily achievement also. So I'm not going to be scared. And I'll, despite me being scared, despite that, I'll struggle and do this, go forward, take it forward. And thank you for all that you have joined, and thank you so much. Thank you, Sarat Ratha sir, for putting this comment. And thank you. See you a day after, maybe. Thank you so much.